Hey there, welcome to day 21, 12/21/21 of our free 30-day Get Up and Go challenge. Today, we are, of course, continuing on the SOAP framework with respect to our physical well-being. And I am doing my challenge and applying the SOAP framework as things fall down around me with respect to sleep. I don't get enough sleep. I get lots of interrupted sleep. How am I going to make that better? Because if I improve my sleep, if I get a better chunk of sleep, it helps to heal my body. It gives me more energy. It makes me feel better. It helps me physically in so many different ways. It's one of the areas that I really haven't paid much attention to in my life. Periodically, I'll pay attention to it. But for the most part, all through my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, if I got 4 hours sleep a night, I was going strong. I was doing fine. But as I hit 50 and 60, it became really, really hard to function if I didn't get at least 6 to 7, even 8 hours of sleep. And I don't remember last time I got an uninterrupted night of sleep. So we're looking at, and I am looking at, as I go through the challenge and the SOAP framework this time through, at my sleep. So yesterday I brainstormed all kinds of ways to deal with the gap that I've noticed and I now have identified from the difference between where I am and where I want to be. And I came up with a bunch of ideas, and I shared 3. And the 3 I shared were to set boundaries, to set boundaries and a schedule for myself, and actually plan to get a good chunk of sleep. I need my magnifying glass. To meditate or do hypnosis right before I go to sleep to get a better night's sleep. And then third was to research sleep studies and sleep things and things that can improve sleep so that I'm educated and I know what I should do and could do and can try and experiment on myself to find out what works for me. So the tool we're going to use today and apply to this, because nothing happens unless we take action, right? We can meditate, we can visualize, and we can do all kinds of things until we turn blue. But until we get off the couch and actually take action and do something, nothing's going to happen. Zero action, zero results. The reason we meditate and ponder and think about and plan is so that we make sure that the action that we're taking is a good action. But until we take that action, we don't know if it's going to work or not. We never know if it's going to work or not, because something that might have worked for somebody else might absolutely positively not work at all for us. And only we know, and only we can decide by taking action and testing it out in our own life. So our tool today is what I call head, heart, and intuition, right? It's a tool, and I like to make grids. This is one I used before. It's not super easy to see, but it's easier than my handwriting today. Head, heart, intuition. So I look at my different options, A, B, C, and then I rate each one. Here I did on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of the better I feel about it, the easier it is, the more I want to do it, the higher rating it gets. And then if I don't want to do it, if it's hard, if it's going to take a ton of work and resources, then it gets a lower number. If it's hard for me to do and implement, it's going to get a lower rating than if it's something that I can just do right now instantly. So we rate each of the options based on what do we think about this option? How do we, what do we think? What's our brain telling us about this option on a scale of 1 to 10? Then we think, okay, what does my heart say? How much do I really want to do this thing or not want to do this thing? And then finally, we tap into and we check our intuition. Now, I used to not listen to my intuition. I used to not even know I had intuition at all. And I discovered through life experiences that every time I had a gut instinct or a feeling about something and I ignored it, or I let my brain or my heart override it, and I've experimented with all possible options. Some things I let my brain override. Some things I let my heart override. But anytime my intuition said something different than the data, something different than my feelings in my heart, and I didn't listen to it, really, really bad things happened in my life because I wasn't honoring all 3 and being consistent. And it took me down a road that was a bad choice for me, but I wasn't listening. So now the reason I love this tool so much is it forces me to listen to all 3. My head, my heart, my logical brain, my feelings, my emotions about something, as well as that 6th sense gut instinct about something. And like I didn't used to believe I had one. We all absolutely positively do. So we'll have to just practice listening to and paying attention to. And the way to really see that is to think back on past experiences you've had and think about, well, did I have an inkling or idea that was counter to what decision I made? And if you did, think about what that felt like to you and look for it going forward in the future. That's how I learned to figure out and how my intuition worked for me. Now, my intuition, it gives me really strong signals. If I get this feeling in my stomach, this weird feeling like a pit in my stomach, that's the only way I can think of to describe it, I know I need to dig deeper or look further or get more information. I can't just go with what I think I'm going to do. And the universe will do creative things to show you when something's wrong for you. The 3 times I've ever seen snakes on my walk at the state park, snakes in the grass, were 3 times when I was in a situation I was going to partner up with somebody on something, and it turns out that I didn't know what I needed to know about this individual or this organization, and they were actually not consistent with my goals and what I wanted to do, and they were actually snakes in the grass. So like I said, the universe will show us if we're willing to open up and look for the messages. So head, heart, intuition. So for example, let me do mine with you quickly today. It'll probably take too long, over 10 minutes. I'll try not to, but I'll go through it quickly. So setting boundaries. How does my head think about that? Well, that's a 3 with respect to let's do through 10. I'll do 10 since I said that. Otherwise, you can do 3, 2, 1, 2. What do I feel best about in this area with my head? Which one? You can rate them against each other. 3, 2, 1, like boundaries, meditation, research. I want to do research the least, so I would give that a 1. Hypnosis at bedtime, that sounds pretty good, so I give that a 2. And setting, actually, I would give that one the 3 because that would be the easiest, and logically, that's a no-brainer. And I would give boundaries a 2 because that's going to take a little bit more thinking and a little more work on my part. Now, if I was doing that, I could do the same thing on a scale of 1 to 10. What does my head think about this? Well, my head thinks boundaries might be a 7. Meditation, that, like I said, it's a no-brainer, so an 8 to 10. And then sleep research, I got a lot going on. I don't really want to spend time and energy researching sleep right now, so I give that like a 3. So whatever you want to do, scale of 1 to 10 or 3, 2, 1. When it's a simple thing like this and they're not super diverse and it's not a huge life or death decision, I just like to do 3, 2, 1 because it's quick and easy. So let's do 3, 2, 1 for my heart. How does my heart feel about setting boundaries? Well, my heart's about a 2. Again, meditation and stuff, my heart's right into that, so that gets a 3. And again, the sleep and the research gets a 1 because my heart definitely doesn't want to do that right now. It's the holidays. I want to hang out with family and do Christmassy fun things. I don't want to be online researching anything. And finally, intuition. What does my gut say? My gut instinct say? Okay, my gut says I really, really need to set boundaries. So I'm going to give that one a 3 because my instinct says that's the one that's going to give me the best bang for my. I need to schedule and plan my sleep just like I schedule and plan everything else. So my intuition says, yeah, that's the thing you need to do, even though I'm resisting it in other areas. Meditate, hypnosis. Again, that's a no-brainer, so I'm giving that one a 2 because all I have to do is put a hypnosis on my phone or a meditation on my phone as I go to sleep, and it'll just turn off. So that's pretty easy to do. And my phone's right by my head anyway. Okay, and then research. Again, I don't want to do much research, right? So I'm just going to add those up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'm going to add, because that's a little sum symbol, I'm going to add up 3, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. So obviously, I'm going to do number 2. I'm going to automatically, starting tonight, stick a hypnosis or a hypnosis or a meditation in, and I'll listen to it as I drift off to sleep, and we'll see if that impacts my sleep. So that's what I want you to do today. Our action item is to do a head, heart, intuition on at least the 3 options that you shared and picked yesterday from your list, and then share in the comments below the action you took, right? Just share the action that you took. And why do I say the action you took? Because you need to take action immediately. I can immediately do this tonight. Easily, it's already done. I've already decided I'm going to do it. I know I will go to my Hip Talk app and I will just pick one and play it at bedtime. All right, so that's the action I'm going to take when I go to bed. But that would be the one I took. So share the action you took. Any questions, any concerns, any struggles with applying head, heart, intuition or rating it for yourself, ask me. message me or hit me up in the comments below, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow for our PP. We're going to talk about physical progress. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.